Welcome to what appears to be a very difficult conversation today to have. I have never in my lifetime interviewed an artist, their management, in my entire life. So this is the first of many. And I think what I want first to break the ice. Some people may not know who you guys are. I'm sure everyone knows who you are. But some people may not know who we are. But let's start with you.
These are
who are you?
Hi, everyone. Of course, my name is Priscilla Azawi. I am a Muganda. I am a very proud Muganda, but my stage name is Azawi. Yes, I'm a performing artist, songwriter, singer. Yeah, signed under Swangz Avenue, East Africa, Africa.
Do you sufficiently feel a celebrity now? Do you feel like the world stops when you walk into a room?
I can't say that I am an ordinary Ugandan. Yeah, there's, like I can't stand in a space and it stays the same. Like it's not like before, like I attract attention when I stand somewhere. And I thank God for it.
Yeah.
And of course, it has its downsides and good sides. But so far, I'm grateful for the things that come with being, known, and not just for anything, mediocrity, I would say, but for something that is really, important for the music that I do, for the things that I stand for. So yeah, I'm thankful for that grace and for that kind of aura. Yeah.
Good, sir.
Julius Jaze is what the government calls me.
What do you call yourself?
A lot of things. But what I do, I work at Swangz, I work with Swangz. We identify, we promote and manage talent, among other things. And I've been privileged. One of the artists that I've worked with, I think, is one of the most talented, Azawi. And yeah, so I'm privileged to work with quite a number of talented people across the continent, but especially her. Yeah.
What stands out for you? If you had to look at the first day you ran into Mrs. Awede here and where you are today, what would you say is this one thing that stands out?
And I've said this many times, not even because of it's an interview camera. I think Azawi is the greatest songwriter in Uganda alive, in my opinion. And I've worked with many.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That's an expert opinion, eh?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, the only other guy I've met, that you could bring in that conversation is not with us anymore. Mose Radio.
Mose Radio.
Yeah,
I was going to take a guess.
Yeah, but alive, I don't think I've made a better creator. Yeah.
That's nice. Benon.
Hi, Mugumbia Benon is my name.
Government name.
Hey. I work with Swangz.
I think you shouldn't be modest. When you say you work with Swangz, what is it you do at Swangz? I've been intending to apply for a job at Swangz. So
you could say employee number one. No, I oversee a number of things, especially on the creative side. So, as you know, we are a production house. We produce audio and visual. So, mainly part of the things I am directly involved in are TV commercials that I mostly direct. But also I take care of the audio side, studio, the academy that we started a couple of years ago, that we are very, very passionate about. And the live events, I'm involved in the production side as well. Yeah, it's quite an amazing position to be in. It is a blessing, and I don't take it for granted to be doing the things that I'm passionate about, the things that I love. Yeah, it feels good to wake up every day and show up.
Yeah, but you've been an artist before Swangz happened, and now employee number one in Swangz. If you had to help an audience understand what Swangz does for artists like Azawi, what would you say is that thing that Swangz has helped?
In a nutshell, we create a stepping stone for the artists. We facilitate their dream. I see a lot of, say, TV interviews and TikTok videos. Oh, record labels, da, da, da. You know. Yes, we are a record label, but I believe we are way different from a typical record label because much as it is a business, but I believe it prioritizes the artists. The artists win more than the business side. And, you know, me being an artist, I know the struggles and the hardships and basically the empathy, yeah? And so it helps having a good idea of both sides, you know? And so, yeah, that creates a great balance and a great space for any creative, not just music, but, you know, the people that we work with, because a creative mind is a little different. And so, yeah, we always strive to do better, to, you know, take care of the creatives and the, you know, the eventually the people that, you know, grow the business. Yeah.
I have to give you guys your flowers. I think you've done incredibly well over a decade, maybe, producing some of the best music that we've had for some time. But I want to come to you, Azawi, now. And you know, all of us have been waiting, you know, what's happening? There's an album coming. Yes, when is it dropping? But in terms of your relationship with Swangz, I don't want to be the one that breaks the news.
Yeah.
I think that you have to break the news to us. So what's happening?
For this time around, of course, I've worked with Swangz. We've been in partnership for over like 6 years now. And in that period, we've created a lot of music, some of which you guys have got like to listen to. And then there's that never got, you know, to be out or to get released. And when we were sitting with Julius and Benon, they were like, you know what, these actually were amazing records. And maybe they never made it on African music or Sankofa or any other project that we've worked on, but it doesn't mean that people should not listen to them. We can give that music to them and we let them decide. And of course, this music music is very subjective. Like the way I feel is not how you're gonna feel when you listen to a certain record. But for us, for this particular project, we wanted the fans to decide. If you feel like the record is good enough, then consume it. If you feel like it's not good enough, it's also okay. Maybe it's one of the reasons as to why it hasn't, you know, made it to so many projects that we have released. So we were like, let's get this music out of the way, like, because what I'm trying to do now is like, it's more like I'm starting afresh, being that I'm gonna, you know, I'm entering like a renewed partnership with Swangz. Like, I want every music that I've made in the past to stay with, you know, so that I start afresh. So it's what is happening with this project. The reason as to why we called it Lost Files is because most of the songs that did make it were, you know, filtered so many times to come onto the project, but they never cut it. They never cut it like a couple of times. But then we made the decision to put this music out. It does, irrespective of how people are going to respond, how the reception is going to turn out. We were like, you know what? Let's just get this music out of the way so that we start afresh. Because I feel like my next journey with Swangz has to feel elevated. Like I have to, for me, in my spirit, I feel like this journey has to take me somewhere. First of all, as an artist, my creativity, my artistry, but then with the people that I work with, I feel like this next session or journey, we have to achieve much, much bigger stuff, do a lot bigger stuff that, you know, we never thought that we would do. So before we do that, we wanted like to get this music out in the public so that we start afresh. So it's the main motive behind Lost Files.
Oh, interesting. Julius, what does the relationship between Swangz and Azawi look like now, moving forward?
We've had a beautiful relationship with Azawi from the time she signed. Very professional, very smooth, but also we've learned from each other. So when you look at Azawi, for us, she's more like the prototype of the infrastructure that we put in place, like a demonstration of what it means to work with the creative through a structure, a system that allows them to win across different facets. So you find that as part of our businesses, even outside of Swangz, there are other things that we do. But even beyond the music that people see, there's an infrastructure that demonstrates how to develop an artist, how to release an album, how to promote them, how to package them. So that entire setup has been demonstrated throughout our career, that you can sign up an artist and then work on branding them, work on positioning them, work on their sound, you know, move that beyond, you know, the borders of Uganda. And we've done that in the period we've worked with her. And for us, it's a testament of, you know, that system working. And the relationship has been awesome. So, yeah, today we wanted to make that official, make the announcement that we mutually decided, agreed between Azawi and Swangz that the relationship we started over 6 years ago is not just coming to an end, but we're starting even a better, beautiful, more ambitious project with her. You know, working with Azawi over the years has demonstrated what our internal infrastructure looks like, but also what it can do. We've built a business where an artist can be not just identified, but can be branded, can be marketed, they can record their music can be distributed globally, and the collections of that music can be, contrary to what a lot of people say, you know, the industry is dead, you know, people don't make their money off streams. Yes, it might not be as much, but now we've built a system where we're able to track our streams globally. If a song is played in Brazil, we're able to get played. So working with Azawi and a lot of our other artists continues to affirm and justify that system that we put in place. So today, yeah, I wanted to let the public know that we're going to continue this relationship, a long-term relationship with Azawi, a album deal, as opposed to just a duration, but we resigning Azawi on a Maut album arrangement, and then we see.
What does that look like? Like for me, who doesn't understand music, what is a multi-album deal?
So a multi-album deal is us coming into an agreement, her as a recording artist, that she's going to record a couple over, you know, 3 to 5 albums over a certain period of time. And then, of course, our role is, you know, market that and distribute it globally, but also manage the different aspects of her career that are benefiting of that, or that are rallying off the product that she's going to create. Yeah.
Benon, Julia speaks a lot about the things that Swang's been able to learn in 6 years with Azawi. If you would just help us understand, what's this learning curve been like? What are some of the lessons you say, this we've learned a great deal, or this we will do a lot more of, or this we'll do a lot less of in this period?
Some of those actually, personally, I've come to learn that dealing with creatives, it's very different from, say, the relationship you have with your general manager or HR or these people are very delicate, very, and they can easily get fired up, and very passionate about what they do.
They come with precautions.
Yeah. And she's one of those. Actually, sometimes I don't like to throw her under the bus.
I think you should throw her under the bus. We need to know what are those things.
Like, you can see her get fired up, and it reminds me of Mose in studio. Like, over things that an ordinary person would ask, what's the big fuss? You know, she's just recording a song, and gets real worked up. So our role and things that we've been adjusting is making sure that, that whole process is comfortable for her, so that her only worry is creating, writing, and, and not to worry about, the normal day-to-day things that might affect that whole process. So it's also something that we've adapted with other people like Chitaka, Winnie, the people that we work with. And then also there are programs, unfortunately, that I can't share, that we have sort of like adapted, especially, some training in terms of finances. And of course, we do not over-interfere in, we feel like it's important for every artist to be independent and, do their own thing. But we try to give guidance in, of course, a very professional way, just to make sure that the artist gets elevated, because it doesn't help if you've been with an artist over 5 years and you don't see the growth, not just in the music, but their personal lives as well, especially financially. Yeah, if it don't make money, don't make sense.
There's no money in the pocket, in the bag.
It's very important.
So just to follow up on Benon's, the two things for me that have stood out in terms of lessons for working with Azawi is one, that developing an artist is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time. And when that artist continues to put out good product and good work, that compounds and you start to see the results over time. Because sometimes in a fast digital world and the fast everything is changing, you can lose that and you can start thinking, you can make an artist in a day, a week. The process is still work. Yeah? So that is lesson one. Lesson two is authenticity. Authenticity will sell any day. Like, people do not need another version of another person. The world needs your unique version. And you can be who you are and embrace who you are, and the world will receive you that way. And there are people that are willing to receive you that way. So with Azawi, we did not try to make her who she wasn't. We did not try to create another artist. We don't try to, dress her a certain way. We looked at her and said, okay, this is your vibe. How do we take this vibe to the people that like this vibe? We did not say, okay, we think you need to be like this to appeal to, no. What authentic version of Azawi can we sell to the people that can relate to that? And it's been a big learning for us.
That must be a hard job. I tell this joke every time, but I used to hear Queen Amino, but the first time I actually saw Azawi was a roast and rhyme concert.
Yeah.
And she was doing this whole dancehall thing. And she did just 6 minutes. Yeah. And I told my friends, I think this is the biggest thing that's going to come out of Ugandan music for some time. But I can see that she's rough on the edges, so how do you keep her in check? How do you say, you know what, we like your vibe, but this is how to channel your vibe?
Structures, and also things that have worked. And also, you know, you can do all that, but if the artist doesn't buy into it, you know, you can only do so much. But the artist carries, you know, the bigger bulk of it. If the artist doesn't believe in the structures we have in place, even as we have a job to do, as a record company, as a management company, we also have to grow at the same speed, at the same speed that other labels or international managers are operating at, because that's where you're pushing your artist to be. So you can't expect your artist to go that far if you're not moving with the artist. So, yeah, you have to. There are fights sometimes, you know, to tell yourselves, no, we need to do this, but it's healthy. Like, yeah, we fight sometimes.
Azawi, do you feel you've changed a little bit, or do you feel you've authentically grown into who you are as a person?
I think I've just grown. It's called growth. I have not changed, but I've just got like a better understanding of who I am, the kind of job that I do, the people that I work with, the industry that I'm in. I'm just like, every day that goes by, I just get like a better understanding of it. And I think it helps me become a better version of myself as well, yeah.
So what does this multi-album deal mean for you as a person?
Of course, for me, it's another cake to eat, like, because when I was starting, it was much of, you know, proving yourself, you know, but at this point, it's more about getting yourself in spaces that you haven't, you know, gotten yourself into. So with this next chapter, for me, it's more into opening bigger doors, conquering bigger, you know, stuff, achieving bigger things, like, there are no limits to what I can do as an artist. I just have to believe in myself, because like sometimes it scares me the way they believe in me. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, their belief in me is crazy. So it's upon me to take upon that challenge and do what I'm supposed to, stay focused, keep my head, you know, down, and, you know, stay humble and do my stuff. I know I'll get it, yeah.
But you've also, in these 6 years, you've grown a whole millions of fans.
Yeah, so like, for me, this next chapter is more about taking the brand Azawi and what it can do to the next point, to the next level. Of course, I have a clear picture of what I really want to do, and I'm not going to share that with you guys. You will just see it as it unfolds. Yeah. But like, there's so many things that I want to do, and I'm just happy that the structure and the kind of contract that I'm entering into, I've already been nurtured for it. Albums, you know, doing albums and EP, and I'm so glad that my first 5-6 years with Swangz were preparing me for that, because like, on a global level, that's how contracts work. You sign like an album, you know, a multi-album contract. So for me, I have already gone through that. I understand what it takes to make an album, because I've made a couple of them. So for me, for this next chapter, I feel like it's more about being deliberate and direct, and, you know, more focus to do what you're supposed to do as an artist.
One of the things that adds to this relationship, because you and Swangz have a relationship, but we, your fans, also have a relationship with both you and the management.
Yeah.
So what message do you have for the fans regarding this multi-album deal? Tankox to be the album every month, maybe? Is that it?
No, I can't promise you that, but I can't also say that it can't happen. Because if the music is there, like we can decide like, you know what, let's make it happen. But it's going to be more music, but it's going to be an evolved version of Azawi. Like, and all I need, I know sometimes fans are so like impatient, like, but I need them to be patient with me and take the time with me because they believed in me in the first place. So even up to now, I just ask them to stand with me and the music is gonna be coming out. The music is gonna be coming. I'm gonna be putting my head into this. The music will be out, the promo, everything. Like for me, we're there to make them happy. Like, just take it out.
We're waiting, bated breath, in fact.
Yeah, sure.
Julius, the other thing I wanted to speak about is the albums of Azawi that she's put out, and you've had a lot of faith to put that kind of music out. What's the process behind, you know, this is an album we put our money and mind and everything behind?
The album process from creation to distribution with Azawi is a bit different from maybe other artists. We've seen artists that do more like compilations. For Azawi, the creative process is different. It's usually inspired before it's even created. It's usually motivated by either things she's going through, or it's usually, but it starts with her. You know, the vibe that she's in, the energy that she's feeling, where she wants to go. Usually she'll come to us and like, this is where my head is at. This is where my next body of work needs to go. And our job is to now pick that and now guide our thought process. Okay, if that's what you need to do, then we need to pair you with producer A and B. Then if that's where you need to go, maybe we need to send you to this location for you to, you know, think and do some creative writing. This is the kind of marketeer we need to put on the project. This is the positioning for it. This is the audience for it. So we do now the back end boring stuff while she creates. And that's how we've done, you know, most of our music, except the EP that we released. And as she spoke to it, the EP that she just released is more of a compilation of all songs that never didn't, not all songs, some of the songs that didn't make it to the other albums. But how she's created albums from creation to distribution, you know, has gone through that. You know, it comes from her, then we see how now to, you know, make it sense, how we make sense out of our inspiration to the fans.
And Bernard, what should we expect on Lost Files?
So, Lost Files is not just songs that were not good to be on Sankofa or African music. But as we were curating the songs for those two albums, usually you feel like there are certain songs that are a mismatch because you want somebody, the listener, to listen to the album from track number 1 to, you know, track number 17. And there were songs in there that you feel like can throw you off. You get what I'm saying? If, you know, African music, it has a certain sound, and then you hear a song like Kulina, it's more R&B vibe. It feels like a song that should have been on Chitaka's Bedroom Essentials. So yes. Lost Files is more of those. The songs are very, you know, multi-directional. You listen to a very old school like R&B song, and then you listen to a Chidandali kind of song, and then a nice Afrobeats kind of song. So it's a compilation of those songs that we feel are really, really, really good, and that we should not just shelve. That deserve, you know, to be listened to out there and enjoyed.
When you want to experience or consume Azawi's music, I think she's one of the few artists that the best way to enjoy her music is go and listen to the album. It is listen to the body of work. And what Lost Files has also given, it's also nice when you listen to it as one piece. You know, because it's love music with an R&B vibe. So it's also a beautiful piece of work. So Azawi is not a hit single artist, like singles. Even when she has a big song like Slow Dancing or Queen Amina or whatever it is, when you go and listen to the body of work, the album, it fits in so well. And then there's so many other gems that you like in the body of work. And that has been Azawi's positioning from day one, is put out body of work for people that appreciate art, that appreciate music. That's the best way to enjoy our music, is go to the albums, go stream the body of work.
And you guys are lucky. I think I sent her a video. I was in Havana, Cuba.
Yeah.
And they were dancing, slow dancing. So I had to record. It's like, this is a Ugandan song. And my friends were saying, no, this can't be a Ugandan song.
Slow dancing.
The mood.
Actually, Azawi has a lot of those random songs. Like Slow Dancing went #1 on Apple Music in countries we've never even imagined.
Yes.
Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Cuba, you know, like we would see the charts, we would see the data, and they're like, what did we do here? How did we even get this far? So
yes.
yeah.
And that's the question I wanted to ask you, Benon. How much of this is also market driven? To say this is a sound that might appeal to varied markets.
Unfortunately, I have to come clean. Some of these are really just organic, and they get to shock us as well. But it also comes from the bare minimum. Do the good music, put it out on the right platforms that can help facilitate, the music to travel to places you want to get to. So yeah, much as would love to take all the credit that, it was take some time.
Yeah.
A lot of it is really organic growth and, yeah.
As we've spoken a little bit about Lost Files. I want you to help us understand what emotion should we expect from Lost Files as fans?
It's a mixture of feelings and moods, I would say, because I can tell you that I have a heartbreak song on there.
You have heartbreak songs. You have so many heartbreak songs.
And then I have a party song at the same time.
How many hearts do you have? How many times has your heart been broken in songs?
I think I've only sang one heartbreak song, like
Really?
typical, yeah.
Which one?
Bamututeda.
Bozi. That was also okay. That was also some drama. I think those are they're like 3, even Married Man.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So you've got a couple of them, but
How old is different men?
it starts to
Or
define
different
you.
relationships?
Did I stop? But for me, my job is to sing about a certain experience or emotion. I leave it to the fans to process it the way they want. It's quite funny. For Bamututeda, that was a very painful song. But then someone is listening to it and then they are laughing. It's a problem. Like, people go through that stuff and they like completely lose it. Like, they lose themselves. But for me,
Do you hear from this married man? Sorry. I also want to know, like, we've had this conversation, man.
Everyone has questions about Married Man.
I can't come here and start telling you my love troubles because, first of all, you guys are not.
But we're not asking for his name. We're just asking, do you hear from this married man?
I see them, of course. These are people that you come across.
Is he still married?
Of course, they're still.
Oh, you saw the marriage from outside and decided you wanted to be a part of it.
Guys, please don't corner me. Let me say my stuff.
Yes? Okay, say your piece.
For me, when I sing music, it does not necessarily mean that it's a personal experience. Where sometimes, I have a little bit of, connection.
A lot of it.
Yeah. Okay, most of the time I have. But nze ndiwo kutuusa bubaka eri bantu muba munzijidde oba melody njiyiyize nkutte mu kiro nga ndi mu tulo, or maybe I'm doing something random and then an idea comes into my head. For me, it's just to bring it out for the fans to.
But does that then mean that you're under pressure to create? Do you then feel like every day, if you don't create, then you're losing parts of yourself?
I can't say pressure, but then, like, you know, like, you see the way you used to having your arm, and then one morning you wake up and then you don't feel it, like, okay, what's wrong? For me, if it goes like a week and I haven't like come up with an idea in my head, I find it so strange. Even if I'm going through whatever, like, I find it so, because for me, creativity is like a character, it's like a trait about me, like it's a personality about me, like it just comes seamlessly, like I don't have to force it. And sometimes if I have to force an idea out of my head, it doesn't come out as organically as I would want it to be. It has to come out naturally, like Chijabus. You wake up one morning and then the melody comes, Bamututed. That's it. You don't know how, it just... And I know, like, I've encountered so many times, someone sits you and then asks you, how do you come up with this? Or like, it's more like like, obenanga tudiwako emandwa, no ye bintu, emandwa ebemalo kuyisa ebintu, you're back into your normal mode. And the moment wogezako nnyo chikaka, it doesn't, chiraba nti chikake, but chinechize out of the blue, like, we can even be seated here and then I have an idea and I pick up my phone and I say the word so that it doesn't,
it doesn't
disappear. Yeah. So for me, that's how I've created most of my music. It just comes from nowhere. It just...
Between Julius and Benon, any of you can take this question. Azawi, I had Azawi on Capital Gang, and I thought to myself, you're now really flying close to the sun. And then I had her on my podcast just before the Secretary of the Treasury, and she had to stay behind to listen to her. And he told me, I didn't know this artist was heavily political, like they've got their own voice, their own views. And I guess the question I'm asking is, as a record label, how do you walk that journey with artists, saying, I have my peace of mind, I want to say it, and I will say it?
Oh, I'll take a bite at it before Benon comes in. We work for different clients as a business. We work for MTN, we work for Airtel, we work for Club, we work for Beolaga. I know these brands stand for different things. In the same way, we also work with different talent. We work with Azawi, we work with Vinka, we work with Wininoaji, we've worked with Juliana, we worked with Bebe Cool. Different, diverse positions and faiths and walks of lives. Our artists are not a choir, that they must dress the same way, sing the same way, behave the same way. No, we give them a service. A service is labor services and management services. We do not dictate what they should believe in. And we can guide on how to put out certain, messaging that are related to the music, but we do not tell them what they should believe in. And that's why you see, Azawi comes out, and I don't think she's actually political. A lot of people say Azawi is political. I don't think Azawi is political. Azawi just has an opinion on things. Just that I think sometimes when someone says something that people don't like, then when a Christian, most Christians, my fellow Christians, when they hear Muslim doesn't acknowledge Jesus, then they're like, he doesn't believe in God, which is wrong. He believes in God, but a different way. We have Vinka, for instance, who has recently come and backed up her husband, who's in the political arena, vying for MP. And that's our position. And we encourage all our artists to stand for whatever they believe in. And that might have consequences, but they're adults of sane mind, and they know what consequences those could be. You could end up being MP as a consequence. You could end up answering questions on a podcast like this as a consequence for something you said. Or you could end up in front of your father as a consequence of something you said. Or you could even end up in front of a judge trying to defend an opinion. So they know what it takes to stand for something. Usually what we don't encourage is in our music, in the music business, we actually encourage that let your fans, be true to your fans, be authentic, For us, our message is be authentic. Don't lie to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just know what that means. But also you can decide to say, no one will ever know the position I'm in. And as a business, we do not take positions because we serve everyone. We have fans that wear a blue color. We have fans that wear a red color. We have fans that wear a yellow color. We service everyone. For us, the product, we sell enjoyment. Yeah.
It's enjoyment.
It's enjoyment.
I think it's very dangerous. The minute you dictate or decide for the artist not to speak their mind, then already you've killed their art. Yeah, it would be so unfair, so ruthless to tell Azawi, don't speak about this, don't, when you see her on those shows and she's talking about those sensitive issues, it's stuff she has gone through, and it would be so barbaric to shut her up because, she's a representative of our society. They say art is the mirror of a society. And as an artist, if, you don't speak up, then, your art is not just the singing, or the whatever. So it's part of you. It's her life, and we do not have control over that. Yeah.
So Azawi, do we expect a little bit more of the temperature?
For me, I'm going to keep on being myself. If I have something to say, I'll say it the way it is. It's up to you. It's a you problem, But for me, I always share what I have in my head, and of course, it won't make everybody happy, but that's how life should be. We can't agree all the time.
Yeah, and remember, the other thing we've told Azawi over the years is because she likes to express herself, not just on talk shows, but through music. She's a writer, and the things that she does, she's expressed even in music before even she's spoken. But what we've encouraged her to do is educate yourself as much, because now you have a duty and responsibility to society.
Yeah.
So what you say will impact people or will influence people. So it's your duty and responsibility to make sure it's informed and it can help society. So, and to her credit, Azawi does a lot of reading and she tries to research. She doesn't know everything, no one knows everything, but she tries to be as knowledgeable as possible before she, but she's made some bad decisions, of course. She supports Man U, for instance. Such a terrible decision.
Such a very terrible decision. I don't know how she arrived at it. I really don't.
But we look at that decision you blundered here. You could have picked a better team. But we don't interfere with those decisions.
It's just the times. The times are bad. But
no.
By the time the choice was made, they were just perfect times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe finally to Julius and Bernard as we wrap up. What are some of the risks that you've taken on Azawi that you say we took this risk and it paid off massively? You can also tell me the ones you took and it didn't pay off because we don't know them. For us, in our eyes, Azawi is successful.
We're always taking risks on all our talent. But, there are so many. Azawi, there are so many. Even from the onset, when we told Azawi we want to sign you, she didn't come to us to be signed. And usually, you want to sign an artist who badly wants it. Azawi had kind of given up on herself at that point because she's like, I tried those things, but I don't know, me, I'm a writer, She had kind of pulled the curtain on that. But then, for us, we're like, no, we think you can. And that was a risk because one, you have to make her also believe that she can actually be number one. That you see it in her and it's there, and if you put the right money. Now, we did not even stop there. I remember when we signed Azawi, it's the first time we spent that kind of money in artist development, or not even money, resources in terms of, can we do the right things the right way? Yeah? Go and be in studio for months and create a product. It's not even money, but the right way. Yeah? So there's been risks. And also even telling a man, own your truth. You know, like if you're going to go, the risks with Azawi have been so many, but a lot of them have also paid off. A lot of them have, we look back and we do not regret. In my opinion, I don't think we look back at any decision like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that. They've all been beautiful lessons.
Yeah. Also, as a business, we don't really keep tabs on, oh, this is a risk, this is a,
You don't.
Yeah.
We are crazy like that. Yeah, if we make a decision, yeah, I might disagree with Julius's decision, but as a team, if we say, okay, that's what we are going to do, there's no backing up, no one will come back and say, but you made us take this direction and now we've lost money. We just do. If you say, okay, let's do this, we all commit and do.
Like, for me, actually, my experience with Julius and Benon, actually, Julius muyita mukulu w'ekika, oli muyita musajja wa kabaka. So for me, that's it. When you come in my phone, nolonya Julius, you might never find it. Yeah. But I think there's no artists in Uganda or any artist that I've ever met that loves music as much as these two gentlemen. Actually, if you're a doctor, nebamala bakufunzamu wiiki nga bbiri, ogenda vayo ng'ogamba nisisobola kuba mpiso nga bwe nkubamu ne raga. Like, their love for music is so infectious that sometimes they do well. Like, Julius can come and say like stuff and you're like, they're like, this kino kitono nnyo naye, like oyina engeri gy'okirabamu in a very big, like, their love for music is so like, sikiwantu wali omuyimbi abasinga okwagala music. That is why they're willing. Ne bwe bakimanyi tugenda funa sente, oh, is this what you want to do? Like, there was one time, I woke up one morning and I told Julius, I want to go to Tanzania. I want to go, I'm going to go and record an album. Nagamba, is that what you need? Is there anything? And then, in no minute, I spent all the money, I blew it. And I came back with nothing. And like, yeah, we understand it. That's how music is sometimes. Like,
I need to speak to the editor.
Yeah, like, I blew it like 20K is again down. So now, but for me, like, it's one thing that I've learned about them, because like their love for music supersedes just money. And for us, before we even think about the money, it's the love that we have for music, the love that we have for this. Like, we are willing to sacrifice. No sigala mu studio ekiro kiramba naye nga netuyinja ogenda okuba tegenda n'abantu bagenda giwulirako. So for me, I'm just so proud and happy and honored to work with them. Yeah.
So Benon, final words to the fans that follow Swangz. What should we expect?
Banange, we love you. So keep loving us as well. We are not just about to stop. There are so many interesting things that are happening that are actually going to elevate a lot of not just our artists, but the Ugandan music scene. Some big partnerships that I am very sure the trickle-down effect, will be massive to everyone and to the industry. Let's keep supporting Ugandan music. Let's be very open-minded to and be diverse to different artists. Tubagala.
Thank you. Julius, final words to the message.
Ugandans have given us so much love as Swangz, and we don't take that for granted. They receive our artists very well. They come to our shows. Even as we've learned, we've grown, but we've built something that we think can even get bigger, can get more powerful, can output as many creatives and support as many creatives as possible. And we're excited about that journey. Like, they could feel all the lessons we've learned over the years. It's about to then explode into something bigger, into something more powerful. So we're excited about the future. Yeah.
Star of your day.
Yeah, of course, I'm also like, I can't wait. Like, have you ever been there and you can't wait what you're going to turn out to be in a period of 2 years? I know, like, the contract is going to be maybe a period of 5 years or even less. But for me, I have given myself a time frame of 2 years to actually achieve, like, I would say maybe half or even 3/4 of the things that I want to do as an artist, more so in this next chapter as an artist, as a creative, the things that I want to do. I'm so excited for the fans because I feel like they're going to enjoy even more. More stuff is coming out from me. It's album, amazing work. Like, yes, we're just taking it to the next level. Let them keep on, supporting us. And yeah, for us, we're gonna keep on doing what we always do. But yeah.
Which artist do you want to have a collab with in this coming 2-5 years? They might watch this and give you a call. And when that happens, please factor my cat into this because I've asked this question for this purpose.
Yeah, like the guy that I've always wanted to work with, I've always said, like, I've always wanted to work with the African Giant. Yeah, like dang, like the guy is talented. But then I've also come like to be like pulled towards or drawn to Wizkid. I don't know, that guy is great. It's crazy. I only want to work with male artists. I want to work with Fireboy. I believe that he's really a great talent. And I want to work with all East African artists. Like, for me, right now, that's where my main attention is, working with every East African artist. I feel like Bien, I'm coming for you for Game 2F, because I know we've worked on a few things together, but I feel like we haven't exhausted, it all. So, and whoever artist that, our energies and frequencies, align, for me, I'm very open to it.
All right, thank you so much, guys. This has been really... Which one?
Is the old Azawi featuring the featured.
Do you have old recordings that you're going to play back,
Yeah.
Azawi is going to be fire.
So,
That's a collaboration I'm looking for.
Exciting, exciting. I'm really happy to have been able to do this and to get you guys to talk about this partnership. I hope it's successful. I know it will be. I've never had a Swangz Avenue failure ever in my life. So
there's actually so many.
I don't know. I think you guys are doing well on branding because we out there. We don't know. Yes. But thank you so much. Yes. I thought all you do is win. But thank you so much, everyone that's been part of this, and we're excited.